And we are back. And now for the race, we have qualifying done. So let's hope. I'm sorry, I was just checking if my voice was coming through. So yeah, we've seen qualifying so far. Um, any predictions for the race as we are now waiting, Mr. Funk Chicken?
I think I'm going to play it very safe and boring once again. Just hope it works out. I think it's going to be Nelly P1, Maxi P2, and in P3 I think starting on the medium tyres will benefit Charlie, so I think he's going to get P3. All he has to do is just make sure not to just bottle his own race pretty much with poor strategy calls, which I think he can do this time around.
Yeah, and he has to be careful on the first few laps on those medium tires. Just keep up with the guys and don't get in too many battles. But yeah, he is a good runner. I am gonna predict Charlie to win this race. He had put in a great time on those medium tires, a 1:11.0. So I think he's gonna be a real contender, and I think the alternate strategy is gonna be really powerful here. And then for P2, I think it's going to be Nelly. And P3, let's go with someone just outside of the top three. I think Noah J is going to have a solid race here today.
It's three very interesting picks, and I've got them wrote down, so compare at the end, just to make sure you don't cheat.
Yeah, it's a very, very bold call for me. But if this plays out, it's going to be a brilliant call.
It was almost like mine at Baku, which I think failed at the last hurdle on the last safety car, but
Yeah, you were up for a good prediction there. Almost, well, if people betted on that, it was a solid bet until the last safety car.
I'm 0-3 with predictions at the moment, which isn't the best, but we can move.
So let's hope no lobby glitches here today. Or today, we've seen one today, but this race, let's hope this all plays out well here. Ray Meter is all of a sudden on the medium tires, and I don't think he qualified on those medium tires, did he?
No, he did not, so that's DS disqualification, maybe? I'm not too sure on how this works.
Yeah, it depends. I've seen this once, and it was okay if they went into the pits to change onto the correct tires at lap 1, but if he doesn't, it is gonna be a penalty at least, I think. But well, getting you through the starting order, before we start here, pole position, Jelle Giese, who is better known as NSR Nelly, P2 NSR Maxi Saim, P3 NSR Ray Meter, P4 Storm 72, P5 Black Phoenix, P6 Kiki with his best qualifying this season, P7 Noah J, P8 Charlie, who's the only one who is on the correct medium strategy here, inside of the top 10, Leslie the Twig in 9th, Tenturi Farina in 10th, CPI Jendrik in 11th, Ivor Brian Mike in 12th, Atlas Copo in 13th, Over and Maximus in 14th, and well, the new driver who joined during qualification, which probably, not sure, but probably caused the lobby issues, is FNR Zam. So he is here today. What do you think he can do from the back of the grid here?
I think he's going to work his way up into the top 5, because I think he's along the pace of Nelly and Maxi, and it's going to be difficult for him, especially starting behind medium runners, but he's going to work his way up towards the top of the field, probably just to result in a massive penalty coming his way, same with Remeda, but it doesn't look good for my prediction already, because Maxi's forgot his setup.
Oh, that is not good, especially on a track like this, where you really need your downforce. So, yeah, let's hope he can bounce back from that, but it's gonna be difficult starting with a wrong setup here. So everybody lined up to the grids here. 15 drive. We started with 14 today. Normally we lose some, but we gained one extra now. Zam joined. So let's see if these guys can put up a show here. And there, the lights are coming up. And it is lights out, and away we go. And immediately, Ivor Brian Mike gets a drive-through penalty for a jump start. But look at this, Nelly, great through turn one. Maxi and Ray Meter right beside each other. I'm having a horrible camera angle here. And right on the back of them is Storm 72. So looks, oh, Storm got touched there by Black Phoenix, and Black Phoenix I think spun there. Storm is able to keep that position, didn't spin, but immediately in danger of CPI Jendrik, who gained a lot of positions there. And I think, as I see a penalty indicator next to him, he made a jump start as well.
Yeah, 4 drivers already picking up drive-throughs, and as we were talking about Zam, he's only got and ruined it on the first lap, as I think he's spun as well with a drive-through. Very disappointing race there from the Mercedes driver, unfortunately, but he's got to carry on here like Jendrik is doing, as he's currently under attack. I have no idea, it's be a very good movement, no one can make it. He brakes there, it's a bit risky there, Jendrik left enough space and he just ran it in a bit too deep there. Good drive from the pair of them. A very good defence there from Jendrik, who's probably going to serve his drive through this time around.
Yeah, and just look at the gap Nelly already has got compared to Ray Meter, 1.3 seconds. Ray Meter on the medium tyres, of course, but this is what we've seen before. Nelly just going out of those, going at it at the start, using everything he has, not his ERS, because he still has 100% of ERS left. But he is so fast just at the start of this race, as we see Iverbride Mike at Lascopo and Zam into the pits to serve that drive-through penalty.
Noah's first lap there is very disappointing there for your podium prediction as well. On the exit the banking, he spun. Simple as. I think he's recovered it as well without getting any damage here, but as Maximus has also gone off, but he's dropped on from P6, which would have been a net P5 with Jendrik's penalty, all the way down to P10 at the bottom end of the field, as Leslie the Twig has gone around through the bank's corner there, and I think he's somehow managed to avoid damage, but he's got to be careful now if he wants to pick up his first points of the season.
Yeah, so already because of spinners, some large gaps, but what isn't a large gap here is between Storm and Maxi Saim. Let's see if this McLaren can put on the pressure here, because we have seen Storm being a really fast driver with some good race pace here, as Ray Meter now sets the fastest lap of today so far with a 1:13.5. DRS is enabled, not at the start-finish straight, but in the second DRS activation point. People can open up the DRS and maybe go for those overtakes.
Yes, going back to the front two here, Ray Mead is definitely not helping his own race out here on the alternate strategy. He's burning through his ERS to try and keep up with Nelly. He's got over half the ERS Nelly's got, and how difficult it is to recharge here. It's only going to put him at a disadvantage later in the race.
Yeah, and as he is on the medium tyres, he has to stay out way longer than guys like Nelly, who are running the soft strategy and are going in way earlier. Let's see here, Storm going on the aggressive side here, opening up his DRS. The DRS straights, except the start-finish straight, isn't that long, so it's really hard to overtake here. But he really is looking left and right to make the overtake happen on Maxi Saim here.
Yes, I think he's had a very poor exit out of the final corner, which is going to ruin any chance of an overtake. He's fallen outside the 1 second window, but he's just got DRS for protection there. But he's got to make sure to get a good exit out of that final corner compared to a ruined Max here, because he hasn't got his setup, so he's going to have a lot more understeer to sector 2. But he's going to have very good straight line speed as Maximus once again, round through the bank's corner. Turn 6, I think it is, as he's just getting going as he's on the hard tyres, which aren't very good around this track, as they just don't offer much grip, as he's proven here with multiple spins earlier.
Yeah, and look at these guys. We have Kiki, Tunturi and Black Phoenix battling it out as well. Black Phoenix had a poor exit off the corner there, so he lost off a little bit of time here, but as the looks of it, seeing the gap Charlie has to Kiki. Kiki is really holding up these guys here, and if they want to have a good result, they have to pass him really quickly, aren't they?
Yes, that's to be a huge issue there for old Charlie here, because he has to go long and he's going to get undercut by the cars in front. Yes, he'll be on the soft tyres, but with the overheating temperatures in this heat around this track, it'll be very difficult to make moves there, so he's got to try to do it as soon as he can.
Yeah, most definitely, and it is a hard track to overtake. But look at this, Tunturi wanting to make the move, but couldn't, and then all of a sudden, Black Phoenix was on his outside. Not on overtake here yet, but these guys are really looking to make it happen. Kiki seems to be running a setup with, uh, well, better straight line speed here, so Tunturi wasn't able to make anything happen. But as we've seen before, if you want to make a move and you fail, you're immediately under threat of, well, the guy behind you.
Yeah, and as oops, as currently Storm is right on the back of Maxi here through sector 2 once again due to like the understeer Maxi has here. Max is going to have much better straight line speed here, as he could be going for the move at the moment. He's getting awfully close, as no, he doesn't go for the move, which is very smart driving there from Storm's. It would have been too risky to risk on lap 5. So it's good to see Storm using his brain a lot more, because that's what brings you good results. Making moves on lap 5 aren't going to win you the race.
No, most definitely not. And I must say, Storm, well, he was known as Cautious Storm before because he isn't going for any silly moves here. But as you can see, the straight line speed of Maxi Same is, well, just far superior compared to Storm. So even with the DRS, he isn't closing that much on those straights.
And that's definitely going to be the issue for Storm here, so he's got to maybe try something different with strategy, like maybe go for the overcut if Maxi goes early, and just hope due to like his speed advantage in sector 2 he can jump in the pits there, as Maximus has unfortunately retired in the pits, which after a few crashes in the opening laps, it's understandable as now we only have 14 runners left, so we can hope it remains like that for the rest of the race.
Yeah, definitely. And look at Charlie. Charlie is really looking fast on those medium tires, but as you said before, he's just stuck behind Maxi and Storm there in that little three-man DRS train here. And yeah, I wonder if there's going to be any team calls here, and if there's going to be a point where Charlie says, "You know what, Storm, I'm faster. Let me have that chance. Let me go by you, and I will eat up Maxi in front of me."
Storm's getting very close there for the move. Is he going to go for him? That's now. He has a little look on the inside and maybe going to try and get the switch back, but he just can't make it work. So he's getting a bit desperate now, you can see Storm here. He's got to keep a cool head, which he's done very well so far in the open 7 laps, but them soft tyres are going to be degrading fast, as which is also being proven by the fact how Ray Meader was closing in on Nelly that last lap. But Ray Meader only has 10% ERS compared to Nelly, who has a whole 80%. It shows how much pace he has. He doesn't have to push, and he's pulling away from the rest of the field.
So it's just another Sunday drive here for Nelly, but we've seen it before here. A safety car, as I think Zam is round there. Was it Zam? Atlas Copa was round here. It was driving around without a front wing now, so and he has to go a complete lap with that on a track where you really need that front wing. So not good from him here. But look at this, Storm made it happen. I missed it on stream, but he made the overtake happen and is past Maxi Saim now. So let's see if his teammate Charlie can follow here, or if Maxi Saim is going to be going for the re-overtake here. He wants to go down the outside, and look at this. The straight line speed in that Alpine is just incredible.
It seems like straight line speed is definitely benefiting here, Max is saying, but in his close battles, but overall his pace is very poor on the setup there, as he's dropped 3 seconds behind Ray Meader, who is still burning his ERS, which he doesn't have to use anymore, so he's not helping himself this race there, Ray Meader, and I can't see him getting Nelly at all this race.
Yeah, all he needs to do now, as he is in DRS range, now he can start saving up the ERS. Don't use it, just stay behind him, as we have another yellow flag.
Turi went round.
Turi went round, so yeah, but Ray Meader is in the DRS gap of 1 second now, so he can start saving up the ERS, and that's what he really needs to do, because he only has 22% here. He doesn't have to go for the overtake, just stay with him. You're going long on those mediums.
Indeed as well, sir, but it's been a very strange race there for Atlas Corpos. We know him as the consistent driver that he is, but the reason he lost his wing is he just turned in a bit too aggressively. The rear went just
Oh,
went
look at
around him.
this! Look at this Storm. Sorry to cut in. Storm going down the inside of turn one and made the overtake happen. This time, the straight line speed of Maxi Saim didn't save him, and Storm dived it down the inside on a clean way, I must say. Not a ridiculous dive. Kept it on track there and won the position of Maxi.
There's also what's that happened. Black Phoenix past Kiki. P6, a very good drive there from Black Phoenix. He's been very quiet. He's done his own thing as another Mercedes is round sector 2, which is Atlas Coppo once again. So his race is going. It isn't going well for him at all. Nelly's currently approaching him at a rapid rate, so if he's not careful, he could be getting lapped soon.
Yeah, so his race going from bad to worse here. But look at the gap that Black Phoenix already has. He overtook Kiki, and it's 8 tenths of a second difference already within a lap. Well, half a lap actually. So that's the overspeed he has, and that just proves how difficult it is to overtake at this track and how long you can get stuck behind someone.
Maxi Sim going for the move once again on Storm into turn 1. He's going to go down the inside. Easy move, breezes past him on the straight, and this straight line speed is definitely helping him a lot here with Storms. Storm was just. He made too many mistakes in the middle sector and couldn't pull the gap he needed. Storm was right on his tail. He could maybe even be looking for a move into sector 2, which would be very audacious, but could be a very good move to go on board with.
Yeah, and let's go on board with Charlie, where we can see this battle in front of him. He sees the same battle as we do, and probably he's not waiting for an incident because his teammate is in front of him, and you obviously want to score points for constructors. But he's just watching this, and I think, well, if I were him, I would get a little frustrated and impatient because there's nothing he can do. The only thing he sees is Maxi and Storm switching positions all the time. No, look at this. Team orders are in place, and Charlie has to get a go at is getting a go at Maxi here because Storm let him through.
It's a very smart decision there from Storm and Charlie because them soft tyres are going to be going up at a rapid rate here, as we can see with how close Raymead has got over the past few laps to Nelly. The softs are 10 laps old and they don't last very long around here. As Charlie already got aggressive on the move there from Max down the inside, he goes onto the racing lines. He was clear of the Alpine. Good move there for Charlie, and now all he's got to do is pull up 1 second gap within 2 sectors, which I think he can do on the medium tyres.
Yeah, Charlie really looking fast here, so I think he is able to pull that gap, especially because Max is running a stock setup here, which is great for the straight line speed as we saw, but in all the other sectors here, which is, well, almost every sector, he's going to be suffering, and the gap already 8 tenths of a second now.
Yeah, so Charlie's pace has just been held back then, like the past 10 laps, it's fair to say.
Mistake there of Maxi Saim, as Storm is on his outside, but isn't able to make that move stick. So is he going to be trying it here again? No, he isn't close enough. He's staying behind him, waiting for a better opportunity here.
Yes, that mistake there from Mats is definitely cost him a lot now, as Charlie's now 1.7 seconds clear of him, just within a full lap. He was only. You have to think the last lap around he was P5 and now he's P3 in 2 seconds clear. So the medium tyres have got a lot of pace in, which Charlie's been saving. As Storm's now made the move down the main straight, down the inside once again. As Maxi went for a bit of a switchback there, as we got Gendrick round in sector 3 on the exit of the chicane. But Storm's made the move and is already pulling away. The gap is 6 tenths.
Yeah, so the tyres of Maxi going off really quickly, and his setup isn't helping here. But great move from Storm, who was blocking on the exit. He was blocking the apex nicely there, so no chance for Maxi Saim to make that switch back. He wanted to try it, as you said, but blocking that apex was an important move by Storm. All he has to do now is just get outside of DRS range, because as long as Maxi can stay in the DRS window of Storm, he can make another move at the start-finish straight here.
Yes, he's not got the gap just yet, but through the chicane, Max is going to...
Ooh, Ray Meter's round. We're sorry to cut in there, but Ray Meter touched the inside curb. He was only 5 tenths behind Nelly there and spun the car. I don't believe he has any wing damage there, but he was in a great opportunity to try and make a move there, but he spun the car and moved from 2nd position to 7th.
That's very disappointing there. It just maybe got a bit too aggressive and a bit too eager to try to get past Nelly, so he was going a lot more aggressive through the final corner, and it's cost him. But mistakes is what's costing him his championship as well, because he's definitely one of the quickest drivers in the division, but he's just making too many mistakes, whereas the likes of Nelly, Steve, and Noah have consistently got good results, but at the moment it's not looking too great for Noah as he's dependent on a safety car.
Yeah, he most definitely is, and going really wide there as well. I think he's just because he wants that to win some positions back. He's going too aggressive, starting to overdrive the car. Your tires are gonna overheat then, so he really needs to get his composure back and get his head down and make those simple moves that he can based on his pace. And if he keeps on doing what he's doing now, he's definitely going to be crashing out here.
Yeah, there's also another issue with Noah J. He's already out of fuel. He's already under fueled for this race, and it burns very quickly in clean air around this track. So it's not looking good for him as we've got Black Phoenix going for a bit of a. He's got to put an undercut on lap 13, which is a lot later than I was expecting, as he goes onto the medium tyres, which we're going to see in the race there. It wouldn't surprise me to see.
Go on.
As I say, it wouldn't surprise me to see the rest of the drivers, such as Maxi, pitting this lap, because it was a 2.6 seconds gap as Black Phoenix pit, but Maxi with that setup is struggling now in clean air, it's fair to say. He was doing very well on the back of Storm, but now he's fallen away, he's losing a lot of time. So he's got to pit now, or he could even lose out here to Black Phoenix and drop down to P6.
Yeah, he does, and you can see on some cars already that the red light is blinking, indicating that their tires are in trouble. So and Noah J, I think he wanted to do a smart thing and under fuel because there were a lot of safety cars the last 2-3 rounds here. So he thought, you know what, I'm gonna under fuel, but if a safety car isn't coming out here today, it will bite him in the end, I think.
It seems like a smart strategy call, but you've got to think it's very dependent on things. If you want to be putting all of your eggs in one basket, and it's definitely going to cost him this race if everyone else keeps it clean throughout, which is unlikely as we've got Maxi and Kiki in the pits. As Maxi's got a set of hards.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that going on the hards with a setup that isn't ideal because he forgot it. Now going into the hards, he's really going to be struggling. Yeah, at the remainder of this race because the hards are so difficult to drive here. So I hope it is the right call from him. Maybe it's a mistake. I've had it happen to me once that I selected the mediums, but the game put me on hard. So yeah, let's hope he can get some speed out of these tires.
Yeah, and he's already losing a lot of time to Black Phoenix in this sector. He's dropped 3 temps. So it was 2.6 when he came out the pit, so he did a very good in-lap. But unfortunately, these hards don't offer much grip, as the gap's now 2.1 seconds, just after one sector. It's not looking good there for Max. He's dropping even more time. Black Phoenix is going to be right on his back soon enough, and will probably easily make the overtake as long as he can get clear enough. As we've got Nelly, our net race leader, into the pit lane here, as he's going to go out behind Ramida, who, remember, was only 5 tenths behind him before he spun, and now he's almost a pit stop behind Nelly already.
Yeah, and look at this. Black Phoenix is really flying as well, putting in the fastest lap of the race here. And I must say, Nelly is looking to be in a great position here. 3 seconds in front of Tunturi, who still needs to pit. And only 1.7 seconds behind Ray Meeder here, who also needs to go in. So a race leader in a great position if he can keep it clean here, which I hope he does. I don't want to commentate or curse him. I think he's up for this race win here.
Yeah, he's definitely the favourite for this race win. As I've just got on board with Zam and Lester this week, who are having a bit of a scrap in turn 1. It was a very good move there from Zam, who's got past Williams, who's still yet to pit on 15-lap-old soft tyres, which are definitely going to be towards the end of life, as we can see with Storm now pitting as well for a fresh set of medium tyres.
Yeah, so only a couple of drivers. Tenturi going in as well on 15 lap old medium. So I'm guessing Leslie is gonna go into the pits as well at the end of his lap. So let's make a quick recap of where we are now. Nelly, first lap on the mediums, looks really, really fast. He almost took a second out of Ray Meeder here. Well, I'm just over exaggerating that. It's 5/10 of a second, but still, he's winning time over Ray Meeder here. Charlie, who is looking fast, I mean, he pulled a gap to Ray Meeder here, which, well, of 9 seconds, and he just keeps extending the gap. He looks fast, but do you think Charlie can go for the race win and maybe save a little bit of my prediction?
I definitely think he can go for the race win here. As he picks up at the moment, he'll probably come up maybe 8, 9 seconds behind Nelly, which isn't a massive gap on the softs, but what we've seen with Charlie this season is he's too aggressive on his tyres early on, so he'll be overheating them and we'll just lose so much grip within the first few laps, which is definitely costing him race wins this season.
Yeah, we've seen that. I believe 2 races ago, last race we did together, that he went for a bolt call, uh, was really really fast, but got everything out of those tires that were in there. As Black Phoenix just made the move on Maxi Saim there, so already overtaken Maxi on those hard tires. Uh, but yeah, he just ate up those tires and had to go for a second pit stop, which I
Max
think
Saim's
wasn't
round.
planned.
Sorry to cut you off there, but Max Saim spun on the exit turn 4, and I think he's lost his front wing here as he's letting some of the drivers pass. It's a very disappointing race, and it's just going to be another one of them cases of what could have been there for Max. Poor strategy, poor forgetting his setup here, as another one's round in sector 3. I think that's Leslie the Twig, who's lost it under traction, which is very unfortunate to see as FRL. Charlie's already coming to the pits, and that's surely too early if he wants to
Yeah,
get early.
yeah, I just want to say I can't see him taking these soft tires to the end. He just can't. It's still, what is it? 18 laps?
Yep. You can get
17
them to the
laps.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to count the lap 36 as well.
Yeah,
So
sure. Yeah.
he's going to be very quick once again. The first few laps. He's only 5.5 seconds there behind Nelly, which definitely you can definitely get past Nelly here. But 18 laps, it's not going to be on for him really. As Leslie the Twig's gone round once again, as he's fighting too hard for his first points of the season here. But if I was in Charlie's shoes, I would have extended my stint lap 21, 22, maybe even 23, because the medium tyres are so consistent, they don't overheat, and they just have such little wear. But he's gone a bit aggressive, and I don't think it's going to pay off for him, unfortunately.
No, I don't think so as well. As Maxi went into the pits and put on those medium tires, he was done with those hards. So switch his strategy, lose a lot of position, but I think it saves him uh, a lot of spins. As CPI Gendrix was round as well on those hard tires, so maybe he's going to be doing the same thing and go into the pits and go to the soft tire or medium tires.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. As Turn 4 is catching a lot of people out because it's very difficult on traction because of the way the corners are angled. So, especially on the hard tyres, which aren't offering much grip, it's very tricky to get right. And they're doing their best out there, but they've just got to try and be a bit more careful to bring it home.
Yeah, but it is a really weird corner because mid corner it just looks like you have infinite grip, but going out of the corner where the asphalt is just straightening out, you have to be careful on traction there because it's really easy because of the exiting the banking to lose your rear, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tricky corner. I'll probably be seeing myself in the wall this Sunday. And another issue, which it isn't too good here for Storm, is he's also low on fuel. His fuel light keeps flickering on and off here as he's saving fuel throughout the corners, but again, he's relying on a safety car and it's playing with fire hairs. I don't think it's going to work out, as every driver is doing a very good job to keep on track, as Charlie sets the fastest lap of, and he's took a good chunk out of Nelly that lap, I think well over a second, as the gap's now 3.3 seconds, as he's 2 seconds behind Remy.
Yeah, he is really flying, but doing so many laps on these softs, he actually can't afford to be going this fast. He's taken everything out of these tires already. Overheating is going to be playing a factor here. So if I were him, I would just secure the position, maybe hope for a little mistake of Nelly and save up those tires because there's still a long way to go. Still 15 laps to go, 16 actually.
And another issue is Matt Sims got 5 sets speed in the pit lane. I think that could be a retirement, unfortunately, as it is. Both Alpines are out. But Charlie's using a lot of his ERS again early on in the races. I think Leslie the Twig is around once again on the exit of the corner in sets 2, or the corner in sets 3. His race going from bad to worse here, unfortunately, for Leslie's. He's still going, which is good here, as Remy just coming to the pits on lap 21, which is the lap I would have pit if I was Charlie. As now frees up Charlie to have a go at Nelly here and just take the fight to him for the win, as he's currently lapping Maxi Sims AI, who's retiring, which you don't really like to see.
No, you definitely don't want to see that, but as far as I could see on the minimap, he retired in the pit lane, so nothing he could do about it. And I saw a car standing still there.
Max's car, which was supposed to be pulled over to the side in the middle of the track. Got a lot of ghosting going on in sector 2, which is causing quite a lot of havoc for some of the drivers ahead.
It does, and look at this. Tunturi has came back to life as well. He's right on the back of Noah J here. Only half a second difference between these two. They have a few cars in front of them who are ghosted or lap cars. So probably it's going to be in the favor of Noah J in defending because he gets DRS of those cars as well. But I think it's only a matter of time. Well, actually, I'm just saying that, but he's catching rapidly on Ivor Brian Mike, so it's going to be a three-way battle here between Ivor Brian Mike, Noah J, and Tunturi.
Yeah, Charlie's gone
Charlie
round.
DNF'd.
He's covering out a safety car, and it does. Wow. On exit of turn 2 there, he's probably done the same thing what Atlas Cobra did, just turned into aggressively, and he's lost his wheel. It's another mistake there for Charlie, and it's once again costing him in the race.
Yeah, and a few guys, I think here, as I saw the safety car making a really weird move there, exiting, as we have Ray Meter for a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. But this gives some air to those guys who under-fueled, like Storm. He can save up some fuel here, and I believe there were some more. Yeah, Noah J, who still has a yellow light on there. Leslie the Twig as well. So these guys are probably relieved, but I must say, I was looking forward to that battle between Charlie and Nelly, but just over pushing the car there, probably overheating the tires, steering into aggressive as you said, and ended his own race.
Yeah, it's disappointing there. He's just
Nelly.
pushing too hard. Nelly's I think he'll still come out in the lead here. This could be a very good strategy, cause I won't be surprised to see Storm following him, which he does.
Yeah. Black Phoenix as well. Everyone's going for except Ray Meter. But I think Nelly is gonna come out in front of Ray Meter. Yes, he is. Comfortably as well.
Noah J is staying out.
So,
quite far. You can go. I'll go.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, this isn't the first time we're gonna be. Ooh, look at this. Noah J just right in the middle of it on his 7-lap old medium tires. Charlie is out of there, but at least Noah J and Nelly are still there. So some of my prediction is right. But this is gonna be a little sprint race again.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but I don't think so. I think on the first lap, Ray Mead and Noah J are just going to slow Storm down too much. Because I know Ray Mead is going to have to pull into the pits early on, but I think Noah J is going to be defending with all of his might from Storm here, Storm's definitely running higher wins as we saw it in his battle against Maxi. And it's just going to allow Nelly to keep pulling his gap away out in front.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if they can keep it clean at the restart, it's yeah it's always difficult at the restart because everybody is packed up again here with the 12 drivers remaining here as Nelly just tried to overtake the safety car. That beautiful green Aston Martin. I was looking for the word. Beautiful green Aston Martin there, but he just wants to go. Not even everybody catched up yet, but he wants to go.
He just wants to get the race underway. Ray Mead's going to the pits, and I'm pretty proud of mine. I got that mixed up last time, sorry. The wrong beautiful green Aston Martin. As he's trucking on a set of the soft tyres there, but he's going to rejoin behind Atlas Coppa. Behind Zam, sorry. So Atlas Coppa is going to be trying to catch up to the back of the field, as he was just above being a lap down, so he's going to be able to get onto the back of the pack without having to pull to the side with blue flags.
Yeah, but he is a long way behind these guys, so I think we're gonna be going on at least one lap more. I hope not, but I think that's gonna be the case, and after that we're gonna be seeing that restart. But yeah, right in the middle of these guys are Lesty and CPI Gendrick, who were overtaken by our leaders. This can cause some situations there, as Leslie the Twig is in third position behind the safety car. Yeah, they're just gonna be throwing. How do you say that in English?
Not too sure what you're trying to say, if I'm honest. But...
Yeah, well, it's gonna cause an issue for the guys behind them. Let's just keep it simple.
Yeah, the one issue I'm going to see as well, I think we're going to see throughout this field, is Noah. He's going to plummet through this field. P4 to P10 are all on a fresh set of soft tyres, whereas he's on 8-lap-old mediums.
Yeah, he's going to be much slower than all these guys, well, just around him, who are running new soft tyres, except Ray Meter, who's on 2-lap-old softs, but they're still relatively fresher because it's been 2 laps behind the safety car. But yeah, as I thought, there's going to be one more lap behind the safety car. Atlas Coppa almost on the back of these guys here, and well, if he is, we're going to be seeing a restart.
Yep, he's just going to do the banking now, so he should definitely be on the back of the track, back of the pack before the end of the lap, unless something goes wrong. He's pushing quite a bit on his softs, which is a bit surprising. You just want to take them easy, especially when you're this close to the pack and you know you're going to make it.
Yeah, I think he just wants that little bit of extra temperature in his tires because it's going to cool down a little bit behind the safety car. But yeah, still, you just want them as fresh as you can get them. So don't overpush. He's also weaving already here, but they have half a lap to go. So let's switch back to the front of the pack with Nelly, who is presumably this lap going to be restarting behind the safety car. As soon as we see the light going out, let's go on board with him to see the beautiful behind of the safety car. First time today, yes, safety car is in this lap. Lights are out, so Nelly is our virtual race leader and is going to be dictating the pace here. So
yes,
probably, yeah.
I was going to say my TV tried to sabotage me there as it turned off, but thankfully I got it turned back on just in time for the restart.
Luckily we have a safety car, else it would have happened mid-race. So look at this. Oh, yeah.
He's definitely going to go as late as he can here, because going through the banking, it's going to be too easy just to light up the rears and lose it. So he's going to take it right to the line here, which we could see quite a few 5-second pairs being handed out. As Ray Mead has already gone, as Nelly's got this jump on him there. He's caught Ray Mead napping. There's already an 8/10 gap. But Ray Mead is under pressure here from the Leslie Twig, isn't it? So Noah J is still quite far behind Ray Mead here, as Leslie Twig wouldn't surprise me if he pulled to the side and lets all the drivers through without causing any issues.
Ooh, and a little mistake there from Ivor Brian Mike, but he's trying to fight back next to Kiki and winning that position back as well, as Kiki immediately under pressure of FNR Zan there, who made the overtake, and after him Tunturi went past Kiki as well, so not the best of restarts from Kiki here. But let's switch to Storm, who is going for the overtake here, and here you're just seeing the difference in grip between those medium and soft tires. He didn't have the speed to go for the overtake completely, but look at this. He can drive so much shorter lines than Noah J can on his medium tires, and the gap between Ray Meter and Noah J already 1.8 seconds here.
Yes. Also, Storm looking to try to get the overtake on Noah. It's definitely been hampered here by the fact that Jendrik is keeping his car in the way without pulling to the side. He is on the fresh soft tyres, so he's allowed to unlap himself. He's got the better confidence than Noah, but it's just causing unnecessary issues here for Storms. He's going to continue to weave as Lester Twigs now pulls to the side to let drivers.
Yeah, Leslie doing the sensible thing, going out of the way, and if we go on board, you can just see Storm going in and out of the ghost of CPI Jendrik here, which is really off-putting and annoying, as we have a yellow flag, but I think that was still Leslie the Twig who was slowing down. But yeah, really annoying here, but finally Jendrik has passed Noah J here, so the only thing Storm has to concentrate on now is Noah J on those 11 lap old mediums and going for the overtake. But he has to be careful because Black Phoenix is right behind him, and behind Black Phoenix Ivor Brian Mike is lurking as well. But Ivor Brian Mike now under pressure of Zam with a beautiful overtake there. So no, it's not Ivor Brian Mike lurking there, but it's Zam after his overtake on Ivor Brian Mike.
Sam showing his pace out front there. Remember, he had damage on lap 1 and was almost lapped in the early stage of the race here, but didn't, and safety car helping him out. He's found his way up into P6 as Jendrik's finally got out of the way there, but I think he's already done enough damage to the likes of Storm with passing Noah J as soon as he can, as Ray Meader comes into the pit to serve his drive through, which is going to drop him all the way to the back of the field. A tiny mistake there, once again, it's cost Ray Meader in this race as he had to recover from an earlier spin.
Oof. Look at this, Storm almost going into the back of Noah J there. He really has to be careful to keep his wing on his car. And yeah, the thing is with CPI Jendrik going out of the way that late is that Noah J got a DRS from him, so Storm wasn't able to overtake. So he has to keep his composure here. We know Storm can do that. Wait for the right opportunity, and that's probably going to be well, at the end of this lap / beginning of the next lap.
Storm's looking very close there. He's got a good exit with the DRS. He could be going for the move into the chicane here, but yeah, he doesn't go for it, which is very sensible of Storm's. I think he might have ran to the back of theirs. He had to slow down quite a lot on the middle of the apex. So he does need to be careful there, as Zam in the background is looking for a move of Black Phoenix. He's right on his tail there within 2 attempts. It's going through the banking here, which is also very difficult to lose the rear, which Noah showed earlier on. As Storm, is he going to go for the move on Noah J? It's going to have to be another late manoeuvre down the inside as Noah defends. Good defending there from Noah, placing his car perfectly. It was a bit of a late manoeuvre, but it was just before the braking zone, so it was hard but fair racing, fair to say. As Storm now trying his best to find a way to get better traction out of the corner, which he's doing up the hill here. He could maybe look for the move up the inside, which would be very dangerous. But no, once again, Noah stays ahead here. During all of this battle in here, I'm getting a sore throat and Nelly's pulling away at the front of the field while saving his ERS.
Yeah, well, let me help you with that sore throat. I'm just going to be talking. Take a few zips of your, well, probably it's going to be tea that you have right next beside you on the table there. Storm really looks faster in all these sectors, but at the straights, he just needs that little extra on his exit to be close enough to Noah J to make the overtake happen, because he isn't looking particularly fast on the straights, but he's probably going to try here. It's only 2 and a little bit extra. Yeah, look at this, Noah J already derating, so easy peasy overtaken, and Noah J immediately defending on Black Phoenix. No, trying to go down the inside. It isn't working. He doesn't have the grip. So that's overtake down here from Storm. Beautiful overtake it is. And the positive thing for Storm now is that Noah J can hold up Black Phoenix, but as they are teammates, probably Noah J isn't going to be putting up a big fight if Black Phoenix gets the opportunity.
Yeah, if I was Black Phoenix right now, I'd be on the phone to Benotto himself, asking him to just move out of the way because it's going to just keep allowing Storm to pull away. But to be fair to know, I think Storm's already knackered his tyres. He's used a lot of his ERS, so I think we're going to be seeing Noah coming back at him soon enough there.
Yeah, he only has 11% of his ERS left, so definitely Noah J can try to make a move back, but he is on those old medium tires. His grip is less than these already 6-lap old, but still soft tires. So if he gets his exit completely right, he can, but I don't think he is close enough because Noah J doesn't have any ERS left as well. No, he isn't. So I think what we're going to be seeing here is Storm, well, slowly creeping away from him, and I'm wondering when or maybe if he's gonna let Black Phoenix by.
Yeah, he got very wide there to return for Storm, and it's just these tiny mistakes are allowing Noah to stay in DRS, which is holding up a massive train from P2 to P9 in the fields. Shows how closely matched everyone is, and just how much they're being backed up here by Storm and Noah at the front of the trains with their overheating tyres and Noah's older medium tyres, which will be lacking in grip in comparison.
Yeah, and how some people can get stuck. We saw Zam at the first couple of laps at the restart, just going for moves left and right, but now he's stuck behind this train, led by Storm, as Nelly is just gone. He can go cruising for these 4.5 final laps, but even the fast guys are just held up a bit and stuck in this DRS train here. So that's really frustrating as we see Storm trying to break the toe to Noah J here, which, well, of course Noah followed him, but still isn't able to make that move back.
Black Phoenix wants him right on the back of Noah J, and Noah's just backing him up into Zam, who's got a brilliant switchback, and they make a bit of contact there, but luckily neither driver goes around there, but Zam definitely would have to switch back up into turn 5 or turn 6. A bit disappointing there from Black Phoenix. There's a bit of a lag spike there, has cost Sam the move. So we've got a yellow flag down the back of the field. And Kiki's had an issue.
Yeah, I think it was Kiki because he was losing positions and he also is losing out a position to Ray Meader here. But let's keep on with this battle between Zam and Black Phoenix. Noah J a little bit too far away, I think, to pull off a move, as we have another yellow flag, and that's CPI generic round. But yeah, really dangerous.
Noah's just got within the DRS there, and that was all I really want to say, so you can carry on with what you were saying.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's really dangerous. Black Phoenix defending high, but no, look at this, a switch back from Zam there with a great exit, still side by side, no!
Oh,
both of them going off here.
I didn't even see on board, I've just seen the outcome, and that's very surprising. I just think Black Phoenix, I'd be surprised if he hadn't picked up damages. Tuntur is now looking to go for the move up the inside. That's bold, he's just got enough room, but he's not been able to make the move work there, but that's very disappointing for Zam, who's probably one of the quickest in this field today.
Yeah, he is, but just a little bit too aggressive. Black Phoenix still was there on his inside or outside. It all happened that quick. I don't exactly remember, but I think it's kind of the same incident we saw last weekend with Perez, with a car still being on the inside and trying to get that line. Yeah, just unfortunate there for Zam after a beautiful switchback on Black Phoenix.
Yeah, and I definitely made the commentator's curse work, as the field's now quite spread out apart from the P6 to P8 with a little train of 3. As once again a very quiet race from this driver, but he's found himself up into P4, and there's definitely all the chance here he can attack Noah J here for the final podium position. So
yeah, I actually didn't want to point that out because last time I said he was doing great, he crashed in, well, the final lap, which we are almost in now. So I'm not gonna be talking about I've Brian Mike here because I don't want to commentate curse him. But look at this, Tunturi on the back of Black Phoenix, really looking for that move, putting the pressure on, but wasn't close enough, and immediately is in danger of Atlas Coppo. But this just proves how hard it is to overtake. I'm sorry, to overtake around this track here.
Yes. As you said you didn't want to do, but I'm going to continue to do it. Mike here, closing in on Noah Jay's 1.3 seconds as Jendrik once again's gone around through the banked corner. There's got to be at least a third, fourth time today. But I think Mike just needs to bring the car home now. He doesn't need to push. It's unlikely he's going to get Noah without a massive mistake. But once again, it's Tunturi.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's very clean racing. They're leaving each other plenty of spaces. Tunturi trying to get past Black Phoenix there. He can't do it as Black Phoenix has a bit of a lag spike there. Tunturi's going to try around the outside and get the better exit and get like a rocket ship exit up into the banked corner. As he's right in the slipstream. He's not using his ERS, so he's just going to save it for the final straight here. Well, yeah, I think so anyway, but it's getting very close there. I think Black Phoenix might pick up a bit of damage from that incident with Zam, but it's just not visible to us commentators. Because through these corners, you're normally falling so far back with Dirty Air and the understeers. Tunturi, again, wants to stick him very close, but he's just gone a little bit wide there, and that's definitely P5. I think we should go on board here with our race winner.
Yeah, going through the final corner, and another dominant win here from the Alfa Romeo driver, NSR Jelle Giese, or also known as NSR Nelly. Coming home in P2 is Storm72 UK. P3 is going to be Noah J, and a beautiful P4. He didn't crash it in the last lap. ESW Ivor Brian Mike coming home in P5 CPI Black Phoenix, P6 Tunturi Parina, P7 OWR Atlas Coppo, P8 NSR Raymeter. P9 is, well, the man who never gives up, no matter how many times he spins, is our other Alfa Romeo of today, TTJ Kiki, coming home in P10 with a penalty, but it doesn't affect his outcome. And a really unfortunate incident with Black Phoenix is FNR Zam, and then we have CPI Jendrik and I believe Atlas Coppo. Oh, Leslie the Twig. Yeah, Leslie the Twig with his first points.
There's the in-game fans vote Mike as the driver of the day, and who is your driver of the day, Conte?
Yeah, well, driver of the day is really difficult. I mean, Nelly did everything right today. Didn't, well, put a foot wrong here. He put his car into P1. Has been in first position apart from his pit stop for the whole race, so he deserves it in that way. But I'm not going to give it to him. You know who I'm going to give my driver of the day to? I think I'm going to go with the same one the game does. Mr. Ivor Brian Mike, who started in P12, didn't do anything spectacular, but just kept it clean and brought the car home and finished in P4.
As Max Verstappen says, just a simply lovely drive there from Mike, as he's made his way up 8 positions into P4. And I agree with you, the driver of the day, but I do just want to also give a shout out to Noah J, just holding on to the podium positions whilst being on the worst tyres for 11 laps. That's a stunning drive there, and great from the Britishman. It
is. So, yeah, congratulations to the podium guys, Nelly, Storm and Noah J. Congratulations to Ivor Brian Mike for picking up, well, at least our driver of the day. And of course, let's not forget, as an honorable mention, Leslie the Twig, who picked up his first points this season. So congratulations to you as well. Well, that's the end of the race today. But it isn't over the fun, because Sunday we're gonna be seeing, well, my co-commentator, Mr. Funky Chicken in F1. So just a little prediction from your side. What's gonna be your goal there?
To not spin and hopefully not be last because I'm not terrible. I'm not terrible. I'm not good at good at this track one bit, and I'm astounded at how clean the race was today as well. It's very easy to make mistakes. We saw so many spins, but the driver's doing very well to manage to keep it out of the wall. So my aim is just to not spin and just somehow find my way into the top 10.
Yeah, that's another thing. And after that, I'm just gonna be rounding off this stream. Well, I think we both agree on that. These drivers did a great job today. We've seen a good race. We've seen a clean race. No weird things. So last week I was harsh on a couple of guys because they were doing silly things. But today, in my opinion, everyone here deserves my compliments, and I think yours as well. Great job, guys. And that's it for us today. Make sure to tune in this Sunday, 7 p.m., to cheer on Funky Chicken to a well, maybe a podium. And we're gonna be back next week, same day, same time, different track. See you all guys next week, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.